Anthony Cencetti with us. We've talked a bunch of times before, and let's get the college thing over with. I think we talked about it already at one point. But
Right.
Wilkes University for baseball.
Yep, I'm going for baseball. I'm going to major in mechanical engineering.
Awesome.
Yep.
No, they got a great program, a great facility, and a lot of local talent that is hitting it pretty good. And they're going to move to the Landmark Conference, so that'll be interesting as well. But let's talk about what you love about the game of baseball.
Well, since I've been a little kid, I've always played baseball in the Little League, Pittston Township. We've always had rivalries with our friends, and that's what it's all about, like making friends and competing. That's what life's about, competing.
You get a top facility there at Pittston area. Talk about what it's like to play there. And I guess there's got to be a little shout out to that field maintenance, man. Those guys, they do a great job there.
Well, the turf, that helps. It's obviously we're out before everybody else is practicing. We're on the turf in the off season. Right when spring hits, there's snow on everybody's field. So we can shovel it off. We're fine. We can practice, and that's a huge advantage. And even later, like you'd much rather play on turf than that dry dirt when it's hot out. So it's an advantage to us.
It's just a festive place, I guess you could say. You know, when you go over to that campus, you know, you got the soccer fields with the grass. You got the softball field looks pretty good. And then what you guys have done there at Pittston area to get, Coach says, listen, the administration supports us. They don't say no. So you guys get a lot of the top-notch stuff, including the gear, the swag, so to speak. So how about the pride for you in knowing that, you know, you have people supporting you all the way around there at PA?
Well, we're very fortunate with that. Our school board, they support baseball. They support every sport. They like to see us win. And luckily the past couple of years we've won in just about everything. So that's a lot of fun.
And there's hard work that goes into it. So let's talk about, you know, Coach says, hey, I gave you guys a couple of days off, but these guys are working on their own. But I'm sure that's, you know, come before you of guys when you were a freshman or a sophomore saying, hey, you got to work at it to get somewhere. So who are some of those influential guys that you looked up to as a young player?
Well, when I came up, I followed my brother's team, and they won the district that year. And then the year after, I was a freshman on that team, and it got shut down because of COVID. And I've seen my brother, he got injured. I've seen what it's like to not be able to play. So it's just grateful to be able to play every single day and go out and compete.
Let's talk about that element of toughness. I mean, I remember watching you, I think your junior year, you had the thing on your nose, and you're still out there competing. Talk about, you know, where that toughness comes from.
Well, I grew up with my other cousin on the team. He'll be getting interviewed later, DeLuca. And we've always battled from a young age. We don't like to sit out, because you sit out, you never know what could happen. Your team could lose. You could lose your job. I actually rolled my ankle in an all-star basketball game at the beginning of this year, and I came back, played. So,
Coach Zaffe, he's got something. I mean, he could be a mental coach. He could tell you the ins and outs of playing baseball, but in the end, there's a big contingency of coaches at Pittston area. Talk about just learning a little bit from every coach and taking their best and trying to turn that into your game.
Well, sure. A lot of the coaches they've played, and I played with a couple. They're the one, and they're a lot of fun. And Zaff, I mean, there's nobody better in the infield than him. Throwing the ball, fielding the ball, there's nobody better. And philosophy of the game, like moving runners, getting things done, that's very important. Getting your job done. And Richards, he's excellent with the pitchers. He taught me a ton with pitching, and I think it's just going to show this year.
Let's talk about the competition. You guys have faced some really quality teams, and it's a good league. And, you know, but in the end, you're hoping you guys are that team that can move on and get somewhere. But there's still a lot of baseball to be played here in the month of May. We're going to deal with a week worth of rain or whatever. But what is it about this team you think that might put you guys over the hump to get to that next step that you'd like to get to?
Well, the big thing is for us is throwing strikes, because I think our lineup could compete with anybody. And like you said, the league, it's with Hazleton, Dallas, they're getting us ready for those big teams like North Pocono and Abington and the district, Wallenpaupack, Selinsgrove, all those teams. So I think we should be ready when the time comes. How
about this young freshman pitcher? Do you feel like there's a lot put on him? He's a big kid. Or you feel like, hey, he's learning as he goes here. He's got it. We need him.
Well, there's definitely a lot put on him, but he's a pretty calm, relaxed kid. He gets up on the mound. It's like you could throw him against anybody. He's calm as could be. And he goes out there, he throws strikes, and that's all we could ask for him.
How about defensively? Coach preached that, that's one of the strengths of this team. So take us through some of the defenders that are doing the job, whether it's infield, outfield, or the catcher?
Yeah, obviously we've been there since sophomore year, a lot of us, and we've grown. We weren't good sophomore year, a lot of errors, and we've grown as a team. And Zaf stayed with us, and it's paying off. We got our infield three. Well, Silvio went down with an injury, but the other three guys, me, Menendez, and Cauley, we've been there. Aftevich is a young catcher, but he's played a lot of travel baseball. He's ready. And our outfield, DeLuca, Dressaro, Davis, and Ranelli, DH. So we're all older guys, all more mature. So it should be interesting.
How about as far as you being a leader on this team, and again, the senior leadership helping this team, but what is your message, or what do you try to do to be as positive with these younger guys as you could?
Well, yeah, it's tough because I've been there before when you're struggling at the plate or struggling in the field. The most important thing is baseball. I just tell the guys is you got to stay even keeled. You can't, because baseball, it's all about consistency over a long period of time. You can't get up and down over one game. So it's just keep at it, keep working hard, and it'll work out.
All right, Anthony, all the best as a colonel.
Thank you. I appreciate it.